Some cities are postcard perfect. Sparkling skylines, ancient streets, Instagrammable cafes. But behind the beauty, something feels off. You step off the plane with wide eyes, only to be met with cold stares, curt replies, and a strange, sinking feeling. Am I really welcome here? Today, we're diving into the top 10 least friendly cities in the world, based on recent data about happiness, safety, inclusivity, and local warmth. And trust us, some of these names might really surprise you. Let's count them down, from the quietly distant to the outright unwelcoming, and find out what's really going on beneath the surface. Before we get into the list, let's talk about how these cities were ranked. The data comes from a recent global survey that measured how travelers and residents actually feel in each location, specifically when it comes to friendliness, safety, inclusivity, and overall happiness. It's called the Friendly Cities Index, and every city received a score out of 10. A lower score means a colder welcome, and in some cases, even active hostility toward outsiders or minority groups. Factors like how safe people feel walking alone, how accepting a city is of LGBTQ+ individuals, how inclusive it is for expats, and even local happiness levels, were all taken into account. So no, this isn't just about bad service at a coffee shop. It's about the vibe, the openness, and how easy or difficult it is to feel at home. Now that we've got the context, let's take a look at the 10 cities that scored the lowest in 2025. Number 10. Los Angeles, United States. Score 4.62. LA is glam on the surface, but scratch the Hollywood sheen and you'll find isolation, traffic stress, and a lack of human warmth. Unless you're someone famous. Number 9. Sydney, Australia. Score 4.62. Surprisingly, Sydney doesn't shine as brightly as expected. Despite Australia's reputation for laid-back friendliness, rising living costs and housing stress have strained locals, making the city feel colder than its sunny skies suggest. With its sprawling layout and growing social divide, some areas now come off as distant or unwelcoming, especially to first-time visitors. The easygoing Aussie vibe? It's harder to find in the high-pressure urban core. Number 8. Stockholm. Score 4.55. Stockholm may be stunning, but it's not always the warmest welcome. The city's reserved culture, sky-high prices, and long, dark winters create a perfect storm of polite distance. Swedes are respectful, sure, but often formal, keeping to themselves. Add in the cost of even a simple coffee or night out, and both locals and tourists find fewer reasons to connect. In winter, the chill isn't just in the air, it's in the vibe too. Number 7. Prague, Czech Republic. Score 4.02. In this city, years of mass tourism have worn locals thin, especially in the historic center, where tourists often outnumber residents. Service workers, stretched by long hours and low wages, may come off as indifferent or even cold. Language gaps still exist, and some places quietly favor locals over outsiders. Add in deep-rooted economic pressures and lingering cultural tensions, and it's not surprising that some visitors, particularly those from West and South Asia, report feeling unwelcome. Beneath the postcard beauty, the atmosphere can turn unexpectedly frosty. Number 6. Singapore. Score 4.01. Singapore is spotless, safe, and efficient, but that same precision can feel a bit sterile. The city's rule-bound culture and high cost of living leave little room for spontaneity, creating stress for locals and a sense of distance for visitors. While its rich cultural mix is impressive, it can also lead to social silos, where polite coexistence doesn't always translate into warmth. For tourists, the fear of breaking a rule or racking up a fine can make things feel tense, turning even casual moments into careful calculations. Number 5. Miami, United States. Score 2.65. Miami is loud, colorful, and vibrant, but when it comes to friendliness, many say the city feels transactional and a bit self-absorbed. Great parties, not so great small talk. Number 4. Tokyo, Japan. Score 2.65. Tokyo is clean, efficient, and safe, but also emotionally distant. While locals are rarely rude, the cultural walls can be nearly impossible to break through. Number 3. Lisbon, Portugal. Score 2.58. Lisbon has charm, but it's showing signs of over-tourism fatigue. Locals, especially in the historic districts, often express weariness toward outsiders. Number 2. Buenos Aires, Argentina. Score 2.50. Once known for its passion and flair, Buenos Aires is now criticized for low safety, economic stress, and rising tension between locals and tourists. Number 1. Istanbul, Turkey. Score, 2.12. And at number 1, Istanbul. Beautiful, historic, and intense, but also deeply polarized. Tourists love the architecture, but many report cold receptions, especially for LGBTQ+ travelers and foreigners navigating local bureaucracy. Of course, not every list agrees. Ask 10 travelers to name the world's unfriendliest cities, and you'll get 10 different answers. Reddit threads are filled with debates, some calling Paris rude, others defending it as misunderstood. Moscow, New York, and even Berlin often come up as places where the locals aren't mean, just busy. Meanwhile, rough guides and other travel sites have consistently listed cities like Beijing, Marseille, and Johannesburg for similar reasons: language barriers, safety concerns, or just a general lack of warmth. Interestingly, a recent Preply survey ranked cities using a community spirit index, where places like Accra, Marrakesh, and Mumbai were seen as less welcoming, not out of hostility, but due to infrastructure challenges and social dynamics. The point: friendliness is deeply subjective. What feels cold to one visitor might feel perfectly normal to another. Cultural norms, language, timing, even the weather, can shape an entire impression of a city. So while this list is rooted in data, it's not the final word, just a starting point for understanding how complex hospitality really is across the globe. So what can you do if you're heading to a city with a reputation for being less than friendly? First, do your homework. Learn a few local phrases. It goes a long way in breaking the ice, even in reserved cultures. A simple thank you in the local language can change everything. Second, manage your expectations. Some places value privacy over politeness. It's not personal, it's cultural. And third, explore beyond the tourist hubs. Neighborhood cafes, quiet parks, and local events often reveal the real heart of a city, one that doesn't always show up on global rankings. Sometimes, the coldest reception at first leads to the most memorable connection. So, what do you think? Have you been to any of these cities? And did your experience match the data? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We'd love to hear your stories, good or bad. And if you want more global deep dives like this, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. New cities, new perspectives every week. Until next time, travel smart and stay curious.